Hi, welcome to Daddy and Daughter Movie Reviews. In this episode, we're going to talk about Scream. Ah! Scream. Scream. The 2022 version.
So, aka Scream 5.
Also known as Scream 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to let you know, there will be no spoilers in the first part of the video, but we might have some spoilers in the second part of the video. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about our rating, how we think the movie did. We're also going to talk about whether or not it's appropriate for a 14-year-old. Am I a good parent or not a good parent for bringing my 14-year-old to see Scream? 2022.
That was really cringy.
Okay,
cut the cameras.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it. We're done.
No.
We quit.
I haven't seen, at least I don't think I've seen all the Screams. I know I've seen the first one. I've seen the first two. So to prepare to watch this movie, we watched the original Scream, and then we watched a video just to catch us up on the sequels.
Right.
And I didn't really remember the last couple movies, but not essential to see this movie, right?
Mm-mm.
All you need to do is see the original Scream to know what's going on in this version. But first, to give it a rating, I think I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 knives.
I think I would give it...
How do you cut a knife in half?
Hey, we're making a video here.
Well, I'm helping you now.
No, you're not.
Use another knife to cut the knife in half. That's how you have a half a knife.
It's
Use
a knife. It's a knife made out of cake, okay? And
Right.
when you cut it in half, you have two separate knives.
True. Wait, how many knives are you?
I'll give it a solid 8, I guess.
8? Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So I think we both enjoyed the experience. We liked the movie overall. But now getting into the question of appropriateness, whether or not I'm a good parent for bringing my 14-year-old to go see this movie.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm probably not a good parent for bringing my child to this. First of all, lots of stabbing.
Well, yeah, it's a slasher
but-
film.
But that's true. But it wasn't just like ambiguous, hidden stabbing. There was like very clear, specific
Scenes where, like...
grotesque stabbing where you saw stuff go through stuff. And so much blood.
Oh, yeah, a lot. Definitely.
Like, so much blood.
Then again, I was the one that requested to go to this movie, so it's
But
not
then
entirely his fault.
But there was also a lot of people being shot in the head.
There was one person that got shot in the head, and it didn't
And-
even really show it. Did it? Did it?
It did.
It did.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying
And
that
a lot of
close
F
attention.
words.
Oh, yeah.
And even scarier, a lot of making out.
There was like 3 makeout scenes. It's not that
I
bad.
don't think there was any like full on like sex, but I think there was like a lot of making out,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why you went 6.
Well, I don't want to talk to you about it because you're my daughter.
Right.
I'd rather talk to the camera.
He's a little crazy. Okay.
You told me. If you want to not tell me, it's with him on this side.
He's a little crazy.
Didn't
okay?
hear that because of the ham.
He's a little crazy, okay? Well, how scary was it?
Exactly. That's where I was going.
Hey,
how
hey.
scary was it? I think there was more fake scares than there were real scares in
Right.
this movie. A lot of like setups where like they'd set up a situation like a fridge door or a closet door or something like that. The music would swell. You'd be ready for a big scare.
And then it would fall flat.
There'd be nothing. Okay, so getting into spoiler territory, now's the time. If you haven't seen the movie, you've gotten all the information you're going to get without getting spoilers.
Basic plot.
Honestly, basic plot.
The daughter of Billy Loomis comes back to whatever the original town was and has to kill Ghostface again.
Woodsboro?
Woodsboro. Thank you.
Woodsboro. A little complicated, like a little bit as far as like the relationships, but not too much so you can't like,
Follow along.
follow along. But I don't know if it needed to be that complicated.
No, it could have been a lot simpler, but it wasn't extremely difficult to follow.
Courtney Cox, Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and then the newcomer who's that girl from Girl Meets World
Yeah.
that I don't know her name.
I don't remember her name, but the character...
Hello?
Bro, we're recording a video.
Do you know her name?
Wait, hold on. Scream 5.
This is how we
Yes.
communicate, guys. Oh,
Whoa, no pushing, no pushing.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega!
Stuck in the middle. Yes Day. She was in Yes Day.
Yes, Dad, I remember that. But what's her Disney show? Iron Man?
She's an Iron Man. You didn't remember that?
No. Jenna Ortega. I think she did a great job. I thought
She was good. She was a
really
great
good.
actor.
Here's what's interesting about this movie is they do the thing that they do with all the Scream movies, which is that everybody's a suspect.
And there are 2 killers.
That's a major spoiler. There are 2 killers.
That's not a major spoiler at all.
There
Is
are-
it?
there are
Is
2
that a
killers
major
I don't
spoiler?
know, there's 2 killers in every movie, right?
Yeah, that's not a spoiler.
That's true.
It's easy to assume that there's 2 in every
I think
movie.
everybody did a great job in this movie. Did a great job acting. For me, from a like cinematography standpoint, a lot of like extreme close-ups. Like the movie was shot like in a lot of really close shots, and I don't. It's not my favorite to have like all these close-ups back and forth. Not a lot of wide shots. I don't know if like people weren't acting together because of COVID, or if like something like that. But a lot of really close-up shots.
I don't
Did you notice
know. I did notice that. I'm not sure I'm gonna agree with you on the fact that it was bad, though.
Okay, it's not my favorite. I like wide shots. I like to see the action.
I don't care either way. It's a movie.
That's ridiculous.
The killers were predictable. You'll see when you watch the movie.
Well, that being said, though, they were who I thought at the beginning,
Right.
but then there was, times when they made you doubt that.
Right.
And I did doubt it a few times, but then it really came back to my original hunch.
In the original, the ex-boyfriend had the phone.
Why have you seen Scream? You're 12.
Dewey died.
Giant sign.
Can you stop?
And I was so disappointed. I loved him.
We did give a spoiler alert. It was really sad. We won't tell Scarlett. It was really sad. Yeah. That would bug me. Because he's survived every movie.
Yep,
Like,
and
he's survived
now-
4 movies, been stabbed
9 times.
9 times. Well, not including in this movie, because I think it was like
Well, he got
19
cut
more.
open this time.
Wasn't
It
good.
wasn't even
Wait,
like a
who's
stab.
I think a lot of the stuff didn't need to be as gross as it was. Like I think like the ambiguous. Can I use you as a prop? Do you mind?
Sure.
The ambiguous stabbing. Excuse me. Oh, like that. Like that's one thing. But like seeing a close up of like a knife like going through a throat or something like that. That's a little gross.
They
I don't
did
know if
that a
was necessary.
couple times, though.
Yeah.
It
There's a lot
helped
of
the
times when
plot.
somebody like instead of just stabbing them like 1 or 2 times, like stabbed them like 40 times.
Yeah, like at the very end.
Some anger issues. We also like to give movie tips. So we have a couple movie
Movie
tips.
tips.
A couple movie tips.
Oh,
for
no.
you.
My movie tips, not his. He's not included in this.
Can I talk?
Yeah. Can't get too big of a drink. And you can't drink it too fast. If you drink it too fast, you're going to need to pee for the entirety of the movie, and it distracts you from the plot.
Either you're gonna have to leave and miss part of the movie, or you're just gonna be uncomfortable.
Number 2, you have to get good popcorn. First of all, can't get too big of a popcorn because, A, if you eat it too fast, you will get thirsty. And if you don't have a drink, then you will be thirsty. And that's not comfortable.
That is a problem.
Or you'll drink your drink too fast and then have to pee for the entirety of the movie, as
Also a
I've
problem.
said before. But if you get too small of one, you run out of it during the previews, which sucks.
I think a great judge of whether or not a movie is scary is whether or not you spill your popcorn. If you're holding the popcorn, you're like, ah! And the popcorn flies everywhere, then you know you've had a really good scare. We never spilled our popcorn.
Then again, I was holding it in my lap, but
And there are recliners.
it wasn't terribly scary, in my opinion. It was just very bloody.
It was a little bloody. Yeah, I didn't get too scared. It was a little bloody. But it was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable experience. I think from what I've heard of the sequels, this is I'd say it's as good as the original, or as close to being as good as the original.
Yeah, I would have to agree with it being close to. No one can beat the original Scream.
A nice tribute, I think, to
Yeah.
the original too. I hope they end it here.
I hope
we
they
don't.
do.
We don't need another sequel. Like that was fun. It was great.
But we don't need to follow an entirely new main character for the same thing
We can
over
stop
and over
now.
again.
We're good. Hopefully, we'll do this again.
With
We
another
try-
movie that comes out soon?
We try and see a lot of movies. Maybe we'll do it with a movie that comes out in the theater. Maybe we'll do it with a movie that's already existed and do some videos that way.
Yep.
But either way, I'm Dad,
I'm daughter.
and
This is
this
dad
is
or...
the daughter movie review. We didn't really
Okay.
work that out. Cut.
Cut.
Cut. I'm Dad,
I'm daughter.
And this was a
Dad and Dad.
I'm Dad.
I'm daughter.
And this was a
Dad and daughter movie review.
Cut.
Yeah, we did it. Hey, okay.